My name's Jessica, and this story goes back to the early 2000s. I was 26, living in Austin, Texas, and just landed a job at a tech startup. You know the type, 9 employees, beanbag chairs, free Red Bull, and 20-hour workdays dressed up as grind culture. I was hired as a full-stack developer, the only woman on the team. The founder, Josh, was one of those fast-talking guys who thought his charisma was currency. The CTO, Brian, barely spoke. And me? I was the rookie trying to prove herself in a boys' club that didn't even bother hiding it. From day one, Josh was flirty in that annoying, cocky way. "Jess, you ever wear heels to meetings? Gotta admit, you code better than you look, and you look incredible." I smiled through it, rolled my eyes, laughed when I had to. I didn't want to rock the boat. I just wanted to build great software and earn my seat at the table. The pay was garbage, but I was hungry. I worked 60, sometimes 80 hours a week. Nights, weekends, didn't matter. I believed in the mission. I thought if I stuck it out, I'd get rewarded. They promised me everything. "Once we raise the next round, Jess, you're getting a bonus. When the revenue picks up, we'll revisit your salary. Equity's coming soon, just be patient." And I believed them. That first 3 months? Nothing. 6 months? Still nothing. By the end of year 1, I was tired, underpaid, and still getting compliments on my legs instead of my code. At the 2-year mark, the company had landed major clients. Revenue was flowing. Everyone got new laptops. They upgraded the office to a fancy downtown co-working space with kombucha on tap. So I asked again. I brought up the unpaid overtime, the missed bonuses, the promises. You know what they offered me? 0.008% equity in a company they now claimed was worth $300 million. Meanwhile, I had made less than $50,000 in 2 years. No bonuses. No title change. No respect. I didn't scream. I didn't beg. I printed out my resignation, walked into Josh's office, and slid it across his desk. He blinked like I'd slapped him. "You're leaving?" "Yeah," I said. "Effective immediately." Legally, my contract only required a month's notice. But I had enough unused vacation to walk out that same day. So I did. I packed my things, kept my mouth shut, and stepped out into the Texas sun free. The next day, I sent them a certified letter, a formal demand for my unpaid overtime. They responded with some smug legalese. "There is no unpaid overtime. Bonuses are discretionary. We owe you nothing." Cute. So I got a lawyer. His name was Daniel Hartman, old school guy from Dallas. Suspenders. Pocket watch. Chewed toothpicks like it was an Olympic sport. I handed him the files, time logs, emails, even Slack messages. And Daniel said, "Jessica, you've got them by the throat." Turns out, under Texas labor law, unpaid overtime is 100% the employer's responsibility. And guess what? I had proof. But then we found something even better. There was a clause in the law that said, back pay may accrue interest, compounded daily, up to 9% over the federal base rate. Daniel ran the math. My unpaid overtime? Around 50 grand. But if we waited just shy of 7 years, that amount would grow to $112,000. It was risky. If the company folded, I'd get nothing. But if they survived, they'd owe me every penny, with interest. So I waited. Quietly. No drama. No social media rants. I got a new job. Moved on. But every month my payout kept growing. Meanwhile, the company thrived. They moved to San Francisco. Got featured in TechCrunch. Josh started dating an influencer and driving a brand new Mercedes. And I just watched. 6 years and 11 months later, Daniel filed the lawsuit. We demanded $112,000 in back pay, $23,000 in penalties, full legal costs. That night, my phone rang. It was Josh. Drunk. Furious. "You think you can screw me like this, Jess? You ungrateful little." I hung up. The call was recorded. In court, the judge heard everything, the documents, the emails, that voicemail meltdown. He ruled in my favor. Full payout. Immediate payment. Company ordered to undergo a Department of Labor audit. A week later, I was holding a check for $135,000. But karma wasn't finished. That night, Josh, drunk and spinning, took his shiny new Mercedes out for a drive and crashed it into a parked city vehicle. DUI. License suspended. Insurance refused to cover the damage. The car? Totaled. $110,000 gone. And the startup? Audited, fined, and closed down 2 years later. They thought I'd stay quiet. That I'd be intimidated. That I'd just disappear. But I didn't scream. I didn't fight. I waited. And when the time came, I made them pay literally. If you've ever been underestimated or underpaid, drop a fire in the comments. Smash like. Subscribe. And remember, the best revenge isn't rage. It's results.